everybody. Just wanted to tell you real quick about one of my favorite movies of the year that I've seen so far, and that is the film Brooklyn. It's a film that was directed by John Crowley, and it was adapted, the screenplay was by Nick Hornby, and I love Nick Hornby movies. I love Fever Pitch. I love About a Boy is one of my favorite. So he is a great writer, and he's really good at writing screenplays about interesting people and sort of their romance is usually involved in some way. So he has another home run. It's based on a novel by Colm Tobel, and it stars Saoirse Ronan as Ellis, a girl from Ireland in 1952, who her sister basically finds a way for her to get over to the United States. And so she is an immigrant that comes over and she has to kind of figure out her way, and she's really homesick, and it's hard for her. And really the whole message of the film is about what does it mean? What does home mean? And where is home? And all of that. And really, you get to see her whole journey on the boat and through Ellis Island and everything. And then she ends up living in this boarding house that's run by Julie Walters from Paddington and Harry Potter, who is hilarious in this film. And there's all the other girls at the boarding house. And I thought that they did such a good job of, like, even though they're only on the screen for a few minutes, I felt like they were real, like, fleshed out characters. They weren't just sort of, like you'd see in a lot of movies, even a movie I like Dead Poets Society, where you have like the cool one and the nerdy one and the whatever. It wasn't really like that. These were individual characters, and sometimes they were funny, sometimes they were catty, sometimes they were rude. I really, really liked all the scenes at the boarding house. They were hilarious and a lot of fun, and you felt that warmth. And then she also gets a job at a department store, and Jessica Paré, I think that's how you say her name. She, from Mad Men, she played Megan on Mad Men. She is her boss, basically, at the department store, and she's great. Jim Broadbent is her priest, who kind of is her mentor over here in America. And then she meets Tony, played by Emery Cohen, and he's an Italian, kind of tough-talking, really sweetheart kind of guy. And they have a really sweet little innocent romance that you see over the course of a couple of months. Very old-fashioned. It feels very sweet. And then something happens where she has to go back to Ireland, and then she's sort of confronted with this other home of hers, and she has to decide which one is her right home. And I liked the fact, because there's this guy in Ireland played by Domhnall Gleeson, and her mother's over there, and I like the fact that they didn't make him a jerk. Like, I could see her, honestly, making either choice between Tony and the Domhnall Gleeson character. Either one would probably be a happy life. And it's a movie that some people might think is a little bit boring because it doesn't have a ton of plot. It's just basically about a year in the life of this girl. It's not too earth-shattering in as far as plot, but I love movies like that. I love movies that are just sort of a peek into life, and this is Life of an Immigrant in 1952. And that's fascinating, and you guys know I love Boyhood so much, and obviously this isn't quite as epic as that, but I really did enjoy it, and all of the sets, and the cinematography, and the costumes, and everything is just it was such an attention to detail. I thought it was really, really impressive. I was talking to somebody the other day that they were saying, oh, well, she wouldn't have had clothes that nice. I think that is the most ridiculous criticism I've ever heard. The clothes are immaculate. They look so to the period. And like, she wears the same dresses over and over again. So I got the feeling that she had like 3-4 dresses and that was it. And she works in a department store. I totally bought that those were her clothes. That wasn't a problem for me at all. I just thought all of the setting and the aura and everything was just handled so well. And like I said, it's just very sweet and innocent and cute, and it'll make you feel good. It's the kind of movie that I didn't even really think Hollywood made anymore, to be honest. Like, they don't smut it up very much. There's a little bit of sensuality, a little bit of language, and there's some gross scenes on the boat when she gets some pretty bad sickness. But other than that, it's pretty innocent and it's pretty sweet. And so I really recommend it. I think Saoirse Ronan will get nominated for it. I think it's worthy of being nominated. She does a great job in I think, portraying the awkwardness and the fears, but also the hopefulness, and also the scenes when she's in love and she's conflicted. All of that, I think she pulls off really, really well. And it doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel like she's you know, in a soap opera, it feels like a real person that you're experiencing this story from. Actually, I think this would be such a great date movie. So if you're looking for a really good movie for the holidays to go and take your significant other, go take them to Brooklyn. I think if you get a chance to see it, put it in the comments section. I have a longer detailed review on my blog. Check that out. And I'll put a link down. And thanks so much. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.